Boys, I don't know how, but tomorrow, UFC 305, this week's gone by so fast. We started off with having absolutely no hype to this card, and then slowly as time goes on, we've built up more and more hype. Just a few hours ago, we had Izzy, I believe the first UFC fighter, crying on stage because of trash talk. It's crazy how Drickus is literally 2-0 in the UFC for making his opponents just lash out in the press conference, which is pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. But with that being said, I wanted to make this for a hot minute now. So pretty much, these are the locks of UFC 305. These are the guaranteed things that are gonna happen. If you can bet on these, I don't really condone gambling unless it's a lock. And like I said, these are the locks of UFC 305. So if you see any of these prompts on any betting websites, take a down payment on the house. At the end of the day, fuck it. Sell the house immediately, even if it's under market value, it doesn't matter, and bet on these because you're gonna be making bank. But with that being said, I only got 5 here. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments below for the next pay-per-view. Do you want more than just 5, or is 5 just like that sweet spot? But moving to the first lock of the card, we got Herbert Burns will quit in front of Jack Jenkins. Mark my words, Herbert Burns towards the end of round 1, halfway through round number 2, is gonna visibly quit, where Jack Jenkins is either gonna get a nasty KO win or a very, damn, I feel bad for Herbert Burns, but at the end of the day, fuck Herbert Burns for being a little bitch. TKO, the ref has to step in because Herbert Burns just waves it off. He's like, nah, I ain't fighting anymore. Trust me, Herbert Burns is gonna quit in this fight. He's gonna be the underdog. He's gonna be against the crowd favorite. He's gonna walk in, everyone's gonna boo him. That self-esteem of Herbert Burns is immediately gonna go down the drain. The slightest hit that Jack Jenkins lands, it could be a little feeler leg kick, it could be a feeler of a jab, the crowd's gonna go crazy. Herbert Burns is gonna get in his head. This man is going to quit. Mark my words. That's probably the most confident pick out of all. This is the most lock of the locks, if that makes any sense. With that being said, moving into number 2, I have, this might be a little bit of a cop-out, but it's my video, it is what it is. It's either gonna be, once the main event is over, we're wrapping up, the media is talking to these guys, we have Dana White at the press conference, we see all these tweets on Twitter. The narrative is either gonna be, this was a master class from Israel Adesanya. There's gonna be a bunch of people glazing Israel Adesanya with a master class against Drickus. Or, we're gonna see a lot of the comments being like, Izzy took way too much time off. The ring rust really showed in this fight. It's either going to be one of the two things. Mark my words. It's either going to be glazing masterclass or ring rust Izzy. Let's go into the third thing now. I think, there's going to be at least one underdog on that main card with a highlight reel KO. One of the KOs that they show at the end of the year, showing the best of the best KOs throughout 2024. I believe that's going to happen in this card. We're going to get a crazy highlight reel KO from either, Kai Kara-France, Dan Hooker, Tai Tuivasa, or The Leech. One of the two, I guarantee you guys, it's a lock already, is going to get a highlight reel vicious KO. In my opinion, I don't think it's going to be Kai Kara-France. I think it's going to be either Dan Hooker or Tai Tuivasa, maybe even both of them, but guarantee underdog on that main card, one of them is getting that highlight reel KO. And then there's probably some of you guys that are wondering, underdog, what about Izzy or Drickus? Isn't one of those two guys an underdog? No, we went through that in the press conference. If you didn't watch that press conference, hilarious. But no, it's literally a pick'em fight now, so neither of them are the dog, neither of them are the favorite. It's literally a pick'em fight, so that's why their name wasn't mentioned. But moving into that fourth lock of the card, the co-main event between Kai Kara-France and Steve Ercik is gonna be, mark my words, again, lock of the card, will be a war. This is gonna be one of the best flyweight fights of the year. Mark my words, it's already written in the stones. It's a lock. It's already one of the locks on this card. You can't tell me that one of these two guys are going to finish the other guy early. No. I think personally this is going all 3 rounds. And I also believe this is going to be one of the best flyweight fights of this year, which, to be honest, isn't that high of a standard, because even just put in the comments below, what was the best flyweight fight of this year? I don't think, off the top of the dome, I don't think you can really just pick one, because there hasn't been that many great flyweight fights, but I think this one's going to stand high above the rest by a long shot. I think this is going to be one of the best flyweight fights of the year. I don't think it's going to be one of the best all time. There will be conversations because it's going to be recency bias, but do I think it's going to be best all time? No. But mark my words, lock of the card, Kai Car-France, Steve Ercik will be a war and one of the best flyweight fights of this year. Let's finish off number 5, the 5th lock of this card. You guys have to let me know in the comments below, are there any other locks that you guys are seeing in this card that I haven't mentioned yet? Because to be honest, I think this is going to be one of the better fight cards that we have this year. I think it's going to be a crazy fun fight card. And with that being said, the 5th lock of the card, I think majority of this fight card is going to be finishes. I think we'll have, you know, I don't think it's going to be a landslide where there's only like 1 or 2 decision wins. No, I think we're going to have, it's not going to be a very close thing, but I think there's going to be maybe like a 3 to 4 more finishes than decisions on this card. But regardless, I think majority of all these fights are going to end in finish, some sort of finish, whether that be a KO, a nasty highlight reel KO, or a submission. To be honest, I see a lot of KOs in this card. But yeah, that's every single lock on UFC 305. You guys have to let me know in the comments below, how did you like this idea? How did you like this video? I'm thinking of doing this for every pay-per-view. I don't think I'm going to do this for every fight card because, to be honest, unless the UFC step up their game for some of these like Apex fight cards, I don't see myself doing them. Maybe if we get some of these like super rare like Abu Dhabi, Sanhagen versus Umar, or like Whitaker versus Chimaev, those type of fight cards, then maybe I'll consider doing the locks of those ones. But for right now, I think I'm majority just gonna do the UFC pay-per-view events. But yeah, you guys have to let me know in the comments below, did I miss any locks for UFC 305? And also let me know, is 5 the perfect number? Do we need 6, 7, 8, 9? Do we need 10 locks going into the next pay-per-view? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, like I said, I don't condone gambling, but sell the house, parlay all 5 of these, my boy, you are gonna be set. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss any of these newest videos. Your boy's on that goal to get to 1,000 subscribers, so all those things I just mentioned will help out a bunch. Leaving comments, all that stuff helps out so much with that YouTube algorithm. And yeah, boys, you know, there's really not that much else left to say except for I will see you guys in my next video.